Here's my multi-floor bubble elevator design, and it's actually based off of Crafty McMasterman's design for the Java edition. And I've ported it over. I've made some adjustments to get it working in Bedrock. It doesn't use one tick because Bedrock doesn't have one tick updates. However, I still think it's the best design for Minecraft 1.18 Bedrock Edition because water elevators are very fast. So let's jump down in here. As you can see, we're going from the very top of the world to the very bottom. It takes just a couple seconds. And now we're at the bottom floor. And here are the buttons to go to any floor you want. And you'll see these buttons anywhere on each of the floors. So let's go up to the second floor, wait for it to update. And here we are. All right, so we're at the second floor, and say we want to go to the fifth floor, just press this button, wait for it to update. All right, and jump in. We're passing the third floor. Fourth floor, you notice it's pretty fast, and now we're at the fifth floor. And so that's it. This is a very easy design. I'll go into it. Okay, first let's create our elevator shaft. So dig down 2, place down soul sand, place some water on top of it, and next we're going to use stairs. Put down stairs like this and like that, so we can create corner stairs here. And we're going to use some glass blocks to keep water in, and this will be our doorway. Next we can use glue lichen to keep water from flooding out the doorway like this, or you can use signs as well. They both do the same thing. And put water in these corner stairs. Okay. Now we need some sticky pistons, and so this will be moving these stairs. It'll grab these stairs and allow this water to flow into the middle, which creates a source block. And this middle column will be used to refresh the status of whether this is a source block or not. And next, use some observers. So place 2 observers facing into this piston. And now place down some target blocks for a redstone circuit and a repeater into this observer, and make sure it's on a delay. Now you can connect this circuit with some redstone dust. And don't forget to put redstone torches right here. Alright, so this is what it looks like from above. Okay, so now all we have to do is pretty much repeat this design as far as we want upwards. So just make everything, almost everything the same. I'll tell you what's different depending on the floor. So the stairs are the same. Make them as high as you like. Corner stairs. Glass blocks are the same, except for the front ones. We just need an entryway. So we're gonna have 2 right here for an entrance. These stay the same though. And as I said before, you can use a sign. You can choose to label it if you like, and create a single column of glass blocks like this. Okay. And then we need to repeat this pattern of observers. It's easiest to start with this observer because it's facing forward. It's hard to place them if you have pistons in front of them. And solid blocks in front of that. And then do the same thing for the sides. Put pistons in the same position. Okay. And now we're gonna have an alternating redstone torch wall to power these pistons. So just take any solid block and make a pattern like this. There we go, so it's alternating, and we want the torches to be alternating, going upwards like this. So as you can see, it's powering this entire column of pistons. Alright. And then we're going to want to power all these observers with an upwards facing observer, like that. So anytime this circuit switches, like if we select a floor, it'll switch every time, whether it turns on or off. It'll trigger this column, and this will result in this column refreshing the state of the water elevator. Last, you want to fill these stairs with water, these corner stairs. So go up and fill these like this. Okay. Now they should all be full. And if you want to test this to make sure everything's working, just put down a lever at the end of this line of redstone dust and turn it on. And you should see a water column, and it should allow you to go to the very top. And then try to turn it off. Now there shouldn't be any water. Okay, now let's start on our floor selector. So first, place down a wall of solid blocks. We're just gonna use this to put buttons on to select floors. So you can color code them if you want, like Crafty McMasterman. So one color can indicate the first floor or the current floor, and then the other colors can be for selecting different floors. And put down a wall behind that with a 1 gap space in between. And this will be used to propagate signals downward. And put down a trapdoor behind these buttons on the wall. Like that, and then test to see that configuration works. You should be able to see that visual change in the wall to indicate that it's being updated. So now you can start digging down. You're going to need it to clear out a pretty big area underneath here. And it's kind of easier to just clear out a bunch of stone to or blocks to make sure you have enough space to properly place stuff. Alright, so put down some observers, and these will be detecting changes in the wall from the buttons. And you're going to need solid blocks underneath here in a row with the redstone dust on top. Alright, so clear out some more area. Just keep on clearing blocks around here. Okay. Now you're going to want to have observers for everything but the first floor facing out like this. And you can kind of, so this is where the first floor selector is. You can see that there is no corresponding observer facing out in that direction. The reason is we don't need power for the first floor. And place some more observers. Place 3 rows of observers down. This, and next clear out a section for your droppers. We're going to be using droppers for these 2 rows and solid blocks on this row underneath the observers. So get your dropper. Okay, and you want droppers facing upwards. I could place it. And then droppers facing downwards. So they should be facing into each other. Alright, and then you want to put one item, one anything for each pair of droppers facing each other. Alright. Alright. And then after that, you can place down another row of solid blocks. We need comparators first to read the signals out of these top droppers, and then another row of solid blocks with redstone torches on top. Okay, now we should be able to test this. So if you select any of these 3 buttons, you should see that this redstone torch is different than the other 2, and it corresponds to the floor that we selected. So the way that this works is anytime you press a button, what it'll do is it'll activate these blocks. These observers will read it from the wall. It'll detect a change, it'll activate these blocks, and then it'll activate this top set of droppers. And if any previous items were in here, it would drop them to the bottom. And then at the same time, this signal will take a little bit longer. It'll go down, get propagated to here, and that will activate the bottom dropper for the corresponding level floor that you selected. And that's what you see here. And since that happens last, you should see 1 item in this corresponding dropper to the floor you selected. Okay, and then you just want to have these torches in block rows in this pattern going upward. And you can check to see if this works by selecting the first floor. Everything should be off. The circuit's off right now. And then you can connect these torches and send them to this circuit. Okay. And now if you select any of these other floors other than the first floor, like the second floor, you should see that you create a bubble column which you can jump into and ride to the top. Alright, the process for adding a new floor is basically the same as the first floor. So You're going to want to first place your observers inwards like this, with both of them facing into a sticky piston. And then place down your other sticky pistons, and you can extend this design as far as you want, except this observer needs to be facing upwards. So extend that up, and then this one needs to be facing forward. And other than that, the design is pretty much the same as what you've been doing. So extend these up, extend this column up, extend these stairs. Here's your corner stairs. And same thing with the glass blocks. And then you're going to want to create a doorway just like the first floor. And you can use signs or glow light shade. And create a column just like that. So it should look very similar. It should look the same. And then on the back side, what you need to do is do the same thing as the first floor, where you have target blocks coming out of here, and delete these two torches because you won't need them, since this torch powers these two pistons right underneath the base of this floor. And you'll want to place redstone torches and solid blocks. So just have these alternating just like before. Just like that. And place your torches. You should see the pistons start to move. Okay, and then place a solid block underneath this outward facing observer and place a repeater on a delay, and create a small platform for the redstone circuit with redstone dust on it, like this, and then extend it a little bit. Okay, and then what you're going to want to do now is connect these signals, but only the first two, because this signal from the second floor is only needed to power this first section. We don't need, if you select the second floor, you won't need to power the second or third sections. It's not necessary. So we only continue with these two, and just repeating this pattern upwards. Okay, and then where you see the signal where these two are off, if you, assuming that you've already selected this, the first floor, you'll want to extend this out and then have this connect to this section. with the redstone dust. Okay. So let's test to see if this works. So right now it's first floor selected, so everything's off. If we select the second floor, we should see that water appears and it fills up to this part. So if we go down here, jump in, we're now on the second floor. So now if we select the third floor, no, it's because I forgot to put water. So first, you're gonna wanna remember to put water inside of these corner stairs. So yeah, just fill all these up. Like that. Okay, so now let's try the third floor again. And we should see water going all the way up to the top. Yep, there we go. And you're gonna want to do this for as many floors as you want. And there's no limit to the height. Now, for the top floor, you don't need anything else except for this water block right here. But what you can do is you can still have blocks around it to make it look nice. Like put some solid blocks around here, and you can create a glass doorway like before. Even put a sign here if you want, but it's optional. And you can label it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can decorate it if you like. It's important to note that you probably will want this if it's in a cold environment, because this top layer might freeze. This turn into ice. So yeah, just make sure it's covered if you're in a cold biome. And so this is what it looks like from behind. Should have, let me select the first floor. Okay, so you can see everything's off. Make sure you have these 3 for the first layer, and then 2 for the second layer, 1 for the last layer. And then this section is powered by this one, so you don't need any more above that. And yeah, that's pretty much the design. Here's some bonus footage that I've recorded with ray tracing and JG textures.